What's going on? Can you guys hear me?
You can now. You were
Nope.
jamming out earlier.
Yeah, I was jamming out. Yeah, I was jamming out.
I'm over here watching the intro there. I'm like, hey, I know that guy.
I
Hey, I know
know
that guy
that
too.
guy. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You got to get psyched. Guys, episode 100.
Yes.
Yay.
Over 300 hours of D&D.
And we still have 200 more to go.
Yeah, good chance.
Well, I'm
That could be.
excited over that. This
Yeah.
is Arlo's excited voice.
That's right, Pika. There is balloons. There are new emotes. I took Tricky's advice. He's like, hey, give us some more emotes. So we got all new refreshed emotes. I made the sword one and the dice one. I made those today. I'm getting really good with my video editing software, at least in my opinion.
You should get a hold of us next time, and we'll make emote like faces rather than just staring blankly into nothing.
I know. I need you guys to send me like actual headshots and stuff.
Like
Yeah. So no poo emoji. We also there's some special emojis for the people who do bits. And not the fanboy tone bits. Like I think we all get enough of that on B&B. But oh, son of a!
Did you just kill your
I didn't
killed your
kill
fake
it.
Z did?
Yeah. It's just this. It's just what this thing freaking does. It just disconnects. We'll fix that here in a moment.
when in doubt, blame Microsoft.
Yeah, for real. Thanks to Fanboy Tone for gifting those 2 community subs.
That's because prize is a sub.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
her prize. All right, Fake Z is back. Let me shut this off.
Grayson, if you don't mind, turn your camera off again, and then
Yeah. Are we
you should be good now.
good now? Okay. There you go. There we go. All right, Grayson, you can come in. Welcome. This is a busy week. Episode 100. I hope all of you have been watching Legend of Vox Machina. That came out a couple weeks ago. All episodes for the first season are out now. Check that out. Fantastic writing, animation, all the above. Galtier would definitely agree with me on that.
So would my wife.
I love your
Freaking loved
face.
it.
Yeah, Tricky. It's so good. It was so well done, and it's a backstory. It really is. So that's fantastic. Speaking of backstories, hey Arlo,
Hi.
how's it going? Backstory.
Having some serious connectivity issues right now.
You
So
sound fine.
yeah.
Um,
So
but the other big thing that the last you'll hear about it, at least in this context, is the Midland Mall Comic Con. That is this weekend. It's Saturday. It's here. So we're gonna have a sign up sheet to sign up for the sessions. Mike and myself will be doing little 1 hour one shots. Mike, why don't you tell us about what's the name of the one shot you're doing?
My one shot is called Durst House, and it's my take on the opening of Curse of Strahd.
And it has nothing to do with Fred Durst, correct?
Nothing to do with Fred Durst.
Dang it. So,
But,
yeah,
I mean, it could. I mean,
it could. So, what is it? It's more kind of a horror theme for those that don't know Curse of Strahd, right?
uh, yeah, Curse of Strahd is one of those that everybody wants to try, but a lot of DMs don't like to run it because, one, yes, it's intimidating, and two, it's horror. I mean, you're not going to sit there and not have 1 or 2 characters probably die within the first few sessions.
Yeah.
I mean, it's meant to put terror into your players.
But it's fun. I myself will be running the Eye of Dalmecna, and an ancient artifact has been stolen from a precarious place, and the adventurers need to retrieve it for riches untold. So, 2 different styles. Sign up for either one. You're not going to hurt my feelings if you go down to Mike's, that's for sure. I loved sitting under Mike's DMing, so it's going to be a good time. So we hope to see you there. We'll bring this up again at the end of the show just so everybody's good on that. But yeah, episode 100, as Pika said, we have balloons here. Got all our special stuff. 100 episodes. I would have never thought. This is all thanks to your community. Like, these guys will tell you, you guys drive us like so hard. We love seeing your feedback. We love the comments. We love seeing like the Discord community grow and playing games with you guys and gals on the side. So we wouldn't be here without you. So thank you so much. We enjoy you enjoying the story for sure. Anyone else got anything before we see what happens tonight?
Nada.
All right. Unfortunately, Zoramir won't be with us tonight. He's out enjoying himself somewhere else. So have fun. We'll try not to kill you, Zoramir.
No guarantees on that.
Like, Jeremy Grayson is awesome in person. He's not always like this.
No, he was completely. He was gonna give me his Corvette that's sitting in the driveway.
Oh, thank you for reminding me, Jeremy. Next Monday we will not be having D&D because I know me and Mike are coming back on Monday. We are going to be wiped out, I'm sure. I'm going to be storied out, and then the drive and everything else. So there will be no D&D next Monday. We will see you the next Monday. So sorry. I don't know about
Sorry.
that.
Well, I didn't hear about this.
Hear
You
about
just
what?
did.
No D&D.
Just kind of tossing it around, and I don't think we really
What?
talked about it.
I mean,
Okay.
he only just told me yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought maybe I missed
So-
something.
Nope. It's only Blaylock that doesn't read the messages in the chat. Anyways,
Because
100
there's
at a time.
100 of them, especially on a Monday. Oh my gosh,
100 at a
it's like
time.
scrolling. It's like scrolling text.
it's like the
My
Star
poor
Wars
phone's
intro.
about to. It's like gonna like vibrate off the doggone table, and I'm in the middle of class.
All right, let's get started. We got a little bit. Nope, that's not what I want.
Ooh,
There
that's
we go.
nice.
Dun,
Where
dun, dun, dun.
I need you all to roll for initiative. No,
Oh no!
the table
What have we done?
starts talking to you.
Hey guys, how's it going?
The upper room is full of mimics.
Yeah. All right, where we left off last week, Arlo and company recovered from their wounds and collected some of their items from around the city. While they all participated collecting different things, Arlo went to the Wolf's Head Tavern by himself, looking for the brother and sister who gave him such cause for concern. Grayson went and purchased a new set of clothes for Galtier's sister, who has still not been seen. While Blaylock finally retrieved his new horn that he proudly displays on his head. The party...
Like no one in the party has noticed.
I did.
I was with you, sir.
commented on it.
Nobody noticed. Nobody cares.
The party inside of the Wolf's Head Tavern contemplates their next steps as night falls. What would you like to do?
So we're all in the same room, right?
Yes, no one
Yeah,
has
we're in that upper
left.
room.
Well, how confident are you on your plan there, Grayson?
Well, if last night was anything, it probably would go well. As long as he's thirsty and I have some quiet time, hopefully I can get this book this time.
The risk has increased dramatically with the infusion of Arlo's friends.
They ain't my friends.
Hmm.
Friends don't hit friends.
True, but with it being inside of a temple, I don't think they have as big as reach to be able to deal with stuff in there.
We should still take precautions when traversing the city and even here in the den.
Well, they did say they would be back in 3 weeks, so just going out on a limb, they probably won't be around to mess with us till then.
With them having Zormir's amulet, they could easily be near us the entire time and we'd never know.
That is true. If they know what to do with it.
True, they might just try pawning it off.
Did you not say that they have been keeping an eye on you this for some
Yeah.
time now?
They said they've been watching us from afar.
One can assume that this will continue.
Yes, probably will. I gotta figure out where I can find that crest, that pin. I gotta remember where I put it. I'm drawing a blank.
If the last place you saw it was Brickensfjord, then it's probably there.
Probably, yeah. So maybe it fell out of my pack. Sure, I mean, they had all the houses were falling in and explosions and everybody running in chaos, and so a lot was going on there in that small span of time.
It may have been lost when you were traversing your way into Uthmelanon.
Can't argue with that. I truly don't know.
When was the last time you saw it? You mentioned earlier, but I have forgotten.
I had it when I was in Breckensley-Ford. When we were with Dirk Firmjaw.
That's a long time ago.
It was, and so now it's just I showed him, but he didn't really know where to start either. So here I am, basically back to square one.
Well, we can't control that particular dilemma. We will have to deal with that in time. However, we have an immediate concern, which is finding this book Grayson, do you need anything from us?
You know where I'll be if I don't show up in the morning. Be worried.
Indeed. Indeed.
You want me to go with you? I'll go. I can sneak pretty well.
Although, I think you have bigger problems to worry about right now.
Well, I thought maybe this might just take my mind off those problems.
Would it be advantageous to have an escape plan, say by means of a bat? Do you recall Gautier being able to do some scouting as a bat?
I think I'll be fine. Blaylock.
Grayson, wasn't your lady friend supposed to be here today? Or tonight?
Yes. I don't plan on being there all night. And I've left word with Tendra that if she is to show, to be taken to my room.
Okay, I used to know when she was supposed to get here.
She didn't really say, just that she'd be here tonight.
I suppose that is all the more incentive to find the book as expeditiously as you can.
If I do not find the book tonight, I don't think I'll have another chance.
What makes you think you won't have another chance? I thought you had one more night.
Oh, no.
He was kind of hesitant on letting me come back tonight. That's why I'm trying to put him to sleep, and I have no distractions while looking for the book.
Do you know what time he starts his shift tonight? So you get there near the beginning of it? Hopefully have as much time? Okay.
But he was the only one there all night. And he did say he would be there again tonight.
Just saying, so you put him to sleep. Couldn't you get more than just you in there?
Trying to converse the temple unnoticed? No. And he already had hesitations of letting me in by myself. If I had come with someone else, probably not a wise idea.
Very good.
Thanks, Zormir.
Yeah.
Zormir is just grumbling, looking through his pack at the moment.
Gautier, do you expect to see Melu again today?
I'm hoping we'll see her today still. Hopefully we'll find her back at the den. We'll have to check in with Tendra when we get back.
She does know to return here and not go back to the boot.
What she knows versus what she does. I went to the boot. He hasn't seen her in a while. I went to her old hiding out spot. She wasn't there. Didn't see any sign of life.
That's a very poor way to phrase that, my dear Gautier.
I guess, I mean, in these circumstances, I can understand how it's a poor way to phrase it, but... I have a feeling we'll see her again. Just never know when.
I hope it's not from the inside of a cage.
That would be most preferred. Either of us be on the inside of a cage.
Yes. Well, if there's nothing else, I suppose I can get back to work on my staff. I can almost hear Leo incessantly nattering over the staff not being completed.
Oh, what time is it? Is it like a little bit
I think
after
it's like
nightfall?
it's got to be like 8 or 9. We're supposed to be here at like
He
6.
met there at 6, so yeah, it would be 7 to 8ish.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I got some free time. Is there anything I can do to help you with that?
Of course. Yes, that would be most appreciated. Yes. Come with me to my room. The lab is still set up.
I'll get up and follow him.
Well, Grayson, you want to head out to the church now, or do you want to wait a little bit yet?
I'll wait a little bit until things tend to quiet down at the temple. I'll go down to the bar.
Okay. Zoramir
Lozzie?
stands up. I'm just going back to my room. I'm gonna recount my stuff.
All the money that was stolen from him.
Gives kind of a side eye to Arlo.
Sorry. You and me both, buddy.
So everybody's getting up.
Yep.
Blaylock and Arlo, you exit the Wolf's Head Tavern and head toward Tindra's Den. Galtier, where were you going?
I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna stay down in the bar, look for Melu while Grayson's down there.
Okay. And Zoramir's going with Arlo and Blaylock. So, Grayson and Galtier, you walk down out of the room, and well, into the Wolf's Head Tavern, which has now picked up some patrons, fairly active tonight. People drinking and having a good time. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna look around the edges of the room to see if anyone has a hood up that wasn't the same thing I saw Melu in last time.
Yeah, you look around and you don't see anything specifically that stands out. I mean, there's people with their hood up, but none of them look like Melu.
Okay.
I'm going to find a corner table facing the door, and I'm just going to people watch,
Okay. All right. So
looking for anything suspicious or...
both of you kind of sit there at the table and keep your eye out on those coming in and out of the tavern. You see Gilly. She making her rounds as she's there usually most nights. Arlo and Blaylock and Z, you arrive. Let's see here. I should go to the right place and move you.
Movie.
All right. Walk down over into Tindra's Den. You walk into Tindra's Den, and you see Tindra there waiting, as she always does. Hello. Welcome back. Soggy evening.
It is that. I am going to retire for the evening. please let me know if Grayson returns.
I will send someone.
Thank you. Arlo, would you accompany me, please?
Okie dokie.
Z walks up to Tendra. Can I send one of those meat pies to my room? And maybe blueberry. Yes, blueberry. Tendra says, of course. He settles on out to his room. Arlo and Blaylock, you enter into his room, and Arlo, you see on the tables beside the bed, you are not in the inn anymore. You see Blaylock has different tools spread out, some on the floor, some on the tables, where he's been obviously working. There's a few burn marks here and there on the tables.
Pardon the mess.
Blaylock, your lab's getting bigger and bigger every month.
Organized chaos. I know exactly where everything is.
I'll pick something up off the table. So what's this?
That is part of my new construct. Please, if you don't mind, here, let me show you. And I'll take that box and just one of the stones that I've been holding on to, and then I'm going to summon a construct. This is going to take on the appearance of metal.
Okay. So you wave your hand over the box, and Arlo, you see different gears and springs begin moving around on the table by themselves, and you see pieces forming together and some of them floating into the air until a construct appears.
I have been waiting to show somebody this. He is quite remarkable, is he not?
That is awesome. I'll reach up and poke it. So what's he do? I'm gonna poke it. So what's he do?
He does quite a bit. I'd be careful of touching him, especially this facsimile of the construct. He can get quite hot. He has the potential to get extraordinarily hot. He's more of a combat unit. However, I have plans on using him and possibly you as well to assist me with this staff. I am lacking in hands in order to properly work efficiently on this staff.
You got two good hands. Can you
Good.
Can you make me one of those constructs?
I can possibly. It will take some time. It is possible.
It would be neat to have a little pet to follow you around.
It would be of a. This is obviously a much larger unit than what I would be able to create to be able to, on a more permanent basis. As you see, this one stands about 5 feet tall. It would be difficult to be able to scrounge the materials and the power to be able to have one for your leisure.
Yeah, he would be a little big trying to hide him in some places.
The intent isn't so much hiding. He's more of an assistant And obviously, he's quite adept in combat. But that is, there's going to come a time where combat will be less of a necessity. And I wish to plan to be able to assist in any way that I can. That Kar Zinen, he really struck me. Mind you, his goals are more self-interested or self-focused, but I think using constructs like this to help and to assist with the regular day-to-day would be most advantageous.
And we haven't seen hide nor hair of him lately. Somebody else we got to keep on the back burner of who could ruin our day at any moment.
His contact and his buyer, well, the buyer is from Castle Verminia. So he may be far off physically, but his hand still reaches even to here.
Yeah, it's scary what he can do.
Yes, but imagine, if you would, what he could do for good.
Well, I thought you already had that conversation with him, and he was not having it. He's all about the money.
True.
And the highest bid.
But there is still an avenue to take what we have learned from him and be able to apply it in a more egalitarian manner.
Perhaps. I mean, you always try to see the good in everybody.
There is a use for everything, and it is all in the manner of the user as to what its purpose will be. Take, for instance, the construct. He has the possibility to be quite formidable, but he also has the delicate touch to be able to bounce a small toddler on his knee without fear of harming the child. Maybe even assisting with construction of more units like himself. Picture more units like himself going about and assisting with regular day-to-day chores.
That would be
day-to-day activities, farming, freeing people up. There's so much potential. And I feel it's squandered over the drive as Karhazinen as seems to be focused on, and that's this drive for gain, for his own personal gain.
I agree. So what do you want me to hold?
Yes. Well, over here. See, and I'm gonna lay the staff. I'll lay the staff on the table.
All right.
And Arlo, I need you to hold this wire here, and here, and I'll summon over. Yes, this one. Yes, right there, please. And
you're not gonna shock me, are you?
I can't guarantee there may not be a little shock. This is extraordinarily complicated. However, let's take a look now. I'll instruct the construct to come over there and hold on to the other portion of the staff. And then, with those two being held steady, I'm going to continue working on the enhanced battery. Now,
Okay.
please,
Arlo,
if you-
give me an intelligence check.
of genius.
Hang on, man. I'm waiting for D&D to. Okay, here we go.
Add 5 to it.
It's not a saving throw, right?
Nope.
It's just regular.
Straight check.
19 plus 5, I guess.
Damn.
Good job. So when you roll this, Blaylock, you'll have advantage.
Ah, excellent.
If he did bad enough, would he have disadvantage?
Can certainly try.
Yeah, I can see that. Alright, so I got that. And I got that. I percent
Nice.
probably done it twice. Alright, so that would be a 22. I didn't say flash of genius beforehand, so I wasn't going to add it on afterward.
That is a success.
Okay.
And that
Please continue to hold it steady. You are doing well.
Well, good. I hope I'm doing better than Zormir. He can't sit still.
all right.
AFK for a second.
Okay. I was just switching to you, so
Did you say that whether that was a success? Well, you were going to say something, but I rudely interrupted you.
it was a success. Yep.
Excellent.
So that's going to take you the next several hours. Afterwards, are you working on it again into the evening, or are you going to bed?
No, this will be straying into midnight. It is time for poor Blaylock to head to bed. But the construct will stand guard outside at his door.
Okay.
Not outside of the door. That would be intimidating for the fellow patrons, but inside the door.
Okay.
And he will be standing guard.
Arlo, are you just going to bed?
Yeah, at midnight, yes.
And Blaylock, you're just going to bed, right?
Yep.
Okay. Grayson,
Yes.
Galtier, you're both at the inn. Couple hours have went by. The din of the crowd has calmed down a bit. It's the only song he knows. What do you want to do?
I'm going to bid Galtier farewell, and I'm heading towards the temple.
Okay.
Hopefully you have success tonight.
Fingers
ask-
crossed.
I'll ask Tendra to let me know when you return. So that way if you don't return in the morning, I'm going to come looking for you.
Okay. If I don't show up, the name I used in disguise at the temple was Corvin.
Okay, I'll remember that.
All right. So, Galtier, you're headed to Tendra's.
Yep.
Is there anything you want to do while you're at Tendra's?
What time am I getting back?
It's probably 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock.
I'll ask who's at the front desk. If it's Tendra, I will ask her if she has seen the companion I paid a room for the other night. And if not, I'm gonna go up to my room and work on the infuser for a little bit.
She has not. And
Okay.
go ahead and roll up your infusers. Get this out of the way here.
Dexterity with advantage. You were a freaking nat 20, you son of a bitch. 10.
Okay, it's not a success.
Yeah, no, figured that.
Okay. Grayson, you work your way to the temple.
And in fashion as the night prior, I am going to use the same alley and don the robes.
All right. You put your robes back on and walk into the temple unimpeded. Everyone seems to be going about their business tonight. Nothing strange occurring.
I want to count out 15 gold in copper and silver pieces
Okay.
for the donation.
All right. So you count it out and kind of set it in a small purse that you have there.
And
And
like before, I want to kind of just wander around the temple, just looking around, not making myself suspicious
okay.
until things quiet down a little bit.
All right. After a few moments, you see Zev walk up to you. Ah, Brother Corvus.
How are you, Zed?
Quite well, quite well. You're here again tonight. We leave soon.
Yes. The day after tomorrow.
I look forward to our travels together. How has Tyr been to you?
I have no complaints as of right now. I did some wandering of this fair city, got some donations.
Fantastic.
And what of yourself? How have you been keeping busy today?
It was exciting. I went down to the dock quarter and fed the poor.
They certainly need it.
Yes, I was only beaten 3 times. Unfortunately, any money I might have had on me is now gone, but I'm sure it's in better hands now.
Hmm. That doesn't sound like such a great thing.
Sometimes the will of Tyr we don't know.
What are your plans this evening?
Oh, I believe I need to rest. There are parts of me that seem to not be functioning at optimal potential.
You're a good beatdown. Never really hurt anyone. Strengthens you.
Yes. Well, I must be off. Take care.
Same to you, brother.
And he nods at you, and as he walks off, you see he's got a bit of a limp. And you just hear the sound of components. It's a Warforged, whatever it is, kind of rubbing together. The
Just under my breath.
Yep.
Oh, fool.
The temple quiets down a bit as those wearing robes move to their respective areas.
All right. and I will stealthily proceed back down into the hallway of the Forbidden Library.
Okay. No need to roll it up. There's not a lot of activity here that would worry about where you are. They've seen you there the night before. So you step inside and down the stairs, and there you see the familiar older man, and as you get slightly closer, you see him. Oh, yes. Ah. Hello?
How
Who's
far are
there?
you?
Oh, it's
Oh,
you.
I did say I was going to return.
Yes. I'm sorry. I believe I might have fallen asleep at my post. The days grow long.
That it has. But you will be proud to hear that I did get some donations today.
Oh, fantastic. Do let me see what you've acquired.
I lay the coin purse down on the desk in front of him.
And he takes it, and you see him kind of look in it and shake it a little bit. I'm guessing this comes with another favor to ask.
Well, if you wouldn't mind, we did discuss me coming back and continuing to look through books.
Well, that's right. You did say that. Let me tell you, son, when you get old, it's not any fun at all.
What, all the wisdom that you have gained? Wisdom to share?
I have so much. Would you like to hear a story?
Well, I have some time as long as you allow me ample time inside the library.
When I was a young lad, I was over near Neverwinter, and I was. Hello. When did you get here? I believe
You were discussing your time in Neverwinter.
Oh, right. You don't want to hear that right now. I say, make sure you don't spend as long in there today. Keep your hands to yourself.
I have all intentions.
And he walks over and recites the incantation again, and the door opens up.
I go to walk in and I'm like, oh, by the way, that fine wine that we tasted yesterday, I have found this on my travels today. And I pull out the bottle and I set it down on the desk, and then I walk into the library.
Okay, and you see him, oh, interesting, for sure, as his fingers slowly raise up and wrap around the neck of the bottle, and he just kind of slides it across the desk and down below where his robe is.
And I will begin where I left off.
It's our 100th episode, Digital Dice!
You can do it.
Flash of genius.
Mm-hmm.
9.
9?
9.
Sorry.
Wow.
You hear moments later, after you look around at the various books, of very heavy snoring outside the door. Search again. I'll give you advantage because he's out because of the wine.
10.
$18.
Yay.
Okay, that's a failure. I'm just kidding.
He was with the rage quit.
I burned down the library.
So
Nobody's getting that
solved.
damn book.
you finally, looking through books, you turn over, and underneath several other books that were spread out, you see the corner of the word darkness, and you quickly brush the other books aside, and you see Darkness Within, A Story of Loss. A black book bound in leather that seems to have been dyed. The pages are yellowed. You have the book.
I slide it into my bag of holding.
Okay, fair enough. You take the book and slide it in there and exit the room, I'm guessing.
Yes.
You see the priest. The bottle has dropped to the side and is resting on the floor. Bits of wine are spilled, and he's got a purple stain from the wine running down one side of his beard.
I enchanted the bottle, right? Is that what the enchantment was on, or was it the wine?
The wine. Yep.
Okay.
There's
All
probably half a bottle left.
I just tuck it into his robes
Okay.
as I walk out.
You're gonna have a good night later too.
All right. You cautiously look around as you leave the temple, stepping outside into the rain. Where would you like to go?
I'm going to the alley to change or take the robes off and put them in my bag,
Okay.
and then cautiously make my way back to the den.
All right. You.
Or no, because it's been what? It's only been an hour.
Well, you were taking your
2
time in
hours?
there. I'd say it's probably been 2 hours, so you're probably looking at it's close to midnight at this point.
Okay. I want to stop back at the wolf head and see if I find Gilly on my way back to the den.
Okay. You head back to the Wolf's Head Inn, and you can see the crowd has died down quite a bit. But Gilly's there, doing her thing, going from table to table, being generally herself.
All right. I try to get her attention and went to the room upstairs.
Okay. You step inside the room and you wait a few moments. And you see her crest the top of the stairs and steps inside the room. Yes.
I walk behind her and shut the door.
Oh, I didn't realize we had this kind of relationship.
You know what this is about, Gilly. And I reach into the bag and I put the book on the table.
You see her face light up. Well, you are quite resourceful, aren't you?
When I have to be.
She picks it up and thumbs through the pages, and then looks at you and stuffs it inside her tunic, kind of pushes it into a pocket she has on the inside. Well, I guess you finally came through. And she reaches into another pocket and sets a coin on the table. This is all you should need to get started. And looking down at the coin, you see a sun emblazoned on the one side. To gain access to the hideout, you need to find the building south of the Bright Star, right across the way. Enter a small alley and take the third door on the left.
It's a building south of the North Star.
Yep. Once inside that room, you'll need to...
Third door. Left.
Third door on the left. You'll need to ask for entry. And she pulls a small scroll bound with wax out of her coat and sets it beside the coin. That should be all you need.
Okay.
I'll see
This
you
lets
there.
us. This is just to get into the headquarters or the hideout, correct?
Yes.
Is the North Star like the North Star in the sky, or is it an actual building?
It's a building. The Bright Star. Surely someone of your place knows the Bright Star.
That one written down.
The nicest inn in all of Verminia.
Oh, yep, I do. Okay, sorry.
Anything else I can get you?
I'd say it's been a pleasure, but we know that's not true.
Well, if you're looking for a little more action, you know where to find me.
Yeah, that I do.
She winks at you and cracks open the door, heads back out into the crowd.
I will head back to the den.
Okay. You head back to Tendra's den. Tindra is there, and you can see she's getting tired. Oh, I was about to turn in for the night.
Have I had any visitors?
Not yet.
All right. Make sure when she gets here that she knows where my room is.
I will do so.
I'll head up to my room.
Hey, Grayson, you want to turn your camera off now? Okay. And Zeke, fake Zeke can come on now.
Okay.
And you're good, Grayson.
You step into your room. Is there anything you want to do before bed?
I will take a chance at the whip.
All right.
Nope.
Nope.
I'm telling you, man, digital dice don't like me.
You take the whip and begin working, and you slip and cut your finger, kind of curse and throw the whip off to the side. You know, if you had more focus, you'd be able to maybe finish that in a reasonable amount of time. You hear from a dark corner of the room.
You are definitely a sight for sore eyes.
She steps out of the shadows. It's amazing in Verminia how easy it is to pay someone off to stay quiet.
Yeah, I can get behind that. They're all pretty greedy and out for themselves. Why do you think I don't like being here?
Oh, we all know you don't like being anywhere. And she steps over to you and gives you a hug and a slight kiss on the cheek.
I take it your travels were safe?
They are. They have been. It's, I have my personal guards cared for. They have their rooms. They're fed. They didn't want to leave me alone for the evening, but convincing wasn't too difficult after a journey like this.
Yeah.
Where have you been? Out with the ladies?
I had to take care of some business. It seems trying to get an audience with the king here means you have to go through his advisors first. And at least two of the advisors are dealing with nefarious creatures, one of which we've already dispatched.
She swaggers over to you and reaches for your flask that you have on your belt. And if you don't stop her, she takes that, takes a drink, and kind of stops over at the table where your whip is laid out. I do hate this place.
The faster we can get out of here, the better.
You're from here, aren't you? You love it.
No. I'm from Neverwinter.
Ah,
My parents came here. I came looking for them.
wonder why they came here.
I believe they were on the hunt for Broom and Koth.
And you notice as your eyes focus in on the light and her, she's dressed very inconspicuously. She's not wearing anything garish like she would have wore in the city. It's more commoner peasant clothes. Her dark hood laying against her back and cape. Well, it was a long journey.
How goes the rebuilding of the hot tree?
Better than expected. The restoration's begun. We have our best druids working to continue the purification of the roots. The number that was done to the heart was terrible at best. The new heart is growing, and you can feel every beat of it in your soul, pulsing through the limbs.
That seems promising.
The leaves have begun sprouting again on the tree, and we've set up proper defenses to make sure that that doesn't happen again.
I doubt the Order would try so soon.
They would not be successful in another attempt.
And other business? How goes that?
Which one? You keep me so busy running here and there, solving the world's problems.
Well, it is your world.
That it is. Maybe we discuss that in the morning.
I will embrace her and just fall over on the bed.
All right. So you take her and you fall over. She doesn't fight at all. And go fall into a peaceful rest. 1 second. 1 second. Yes, Pika, a peaceful rest.
Hit a pause.
The night continues. Blaylock, you see yourself drifting through the air, floating above the land of Drakenwald, and over to an oh so familiar tower. As your body drifts closer and closer to the dark balcony there, you stand in presence of all the tower. You haven't seen it in so long. In a few moments, as you stand there, you have become quite a thorn in my side.
I suppose that means we're doing well.
Where is she?
She, you will need to be more specific.
You know who I talk about. Your meddlesome party has done nothing but destroy my plans.
Good. Now, who is this you were referring to? Let's not play games.
You know, because you did something with Lanfear. Where did you take her? Where is she hiding?
That is something I will keep to myself for the time being.
Oh, is it games we choose to play instead?
I don't believe you have any power here.
What a fool! I do have to thank you, though. Restoring the rune. I thought I had lost that channel of communication.
An accident.
To my advantage.
What is your game, Roman, after all these years?
Oh, you will see, Minotaur.
Mm.
You will see.
Tell me, please, where are the Harkers?
Oh, you'll see them soon enough.
I see we are going to continue to play games.
And with that, you see your body float into the air as he laughs and cackles at you as you're pulled backwards. And immediately you find yourself lying in your
Ooh.
bed. Your room begins to illuminate as a green light, and you smell burning flesh and smoke. You feel extreme heat as the new horn that you've set on your head begins fusing into the bone. You feel it, tendrils reach in, burying into the horn, digging into your skull. One moment. You take 13 points of fire damage as you writhe in pain. You reach up and try to stop whatever's happening, and you feel the heat around your hand. Moments later, it stops.
I'm gonna try and grab the horn.
You grab and pull. The horn won't move.
Dear, what is this? And I'll get up and I'll hurriedly run, go to the door.
Okay.
And I don't know if anybody else is back, so I'm going to go to Arlo's room.
Okay. You run to Arlo's room.
Start knocking on the door.
Arlo, Arlo, give me a perception check.
Oh,
Bear
Pika,
with me,
that
yeah.
construct has long since dissipated, but nice observation. He's not a very good contract. Needs some work.
What was that, Arlo?
Everything's so slow, but D&D is like, yeah. It was up, but then it like restarts when I open the tab back up, and now I got blanks.
Okay. I'll
What's really weird is that the video is working really well, but
Okay. You hear knocking at your door.
who is it? And I'll grab my sword and
Arlo,
What?
wake up.
I'll open
Wake
the
up.
door. What's
You're-
up? What's up?
Grab onto my horn.
Why?
Now,
You-
stop asking questions. Grab the horn.
Oh my god, you are accessible. So I grab the horn.
Which
Now
horn?
what?
Which horn?
I don't know. I just grabbed one.
Grab the new horn. Is it still silver? It's not green, is it?
You don't know.
Oh gosh. And I'll point to the one that's supposed to be silver.
Oh, okay, this one. So I grab it.
Okay.
Now what?
Pull.
Why?
Now.
Ugh! So I pull.
Give me a strength check.
Still waiting for shit to load.
Okay, I'll roll it.
Give me just give me 1 second here to see what happens.
Okay.
Gosh dang it. Yeah, if I had dice, I wouldn't have this problem. Oh, did I? Oh, hey, here we go.
Is most
Coming.
worrisome. Pull.
But oh my gosh, Arlo has not got time for this. You know what time it is? You said strength, correct?
Yep, just roll
Since,
strength.
since when did you start talking in the third person? Pull.
24.
Okay. Arlo grabs hold of it, braces himself, and pulls. And are you grabbing onto a doorway, Blaylock?
I'm grabbing onto that door sill because we're still in the door, and
Okay.
I'm trying to
He's
to pull away. Yeah.
I'm bouncing on it with my weight. It's hold
Blaylock,
still.
you take 6 points of damage as you feel the flesh beginning ripping from your skull as Arlo pulls harder and harder.
Flesh. Was that flesh I heard?
Flesh, yes.
Okay. Is there blood? Or is there any sign that this is clearly flesh?
Oh
and
yeah,
not-
you feel something running down from the top of your head.
Stop!
I'll let go. I thought you would never say that. What in the world?
Oh, Arlo, this is not good. Turn on or light a candle. Here.
I'll go and light candles.
Okay.
Put my sword away.
As the room
Come in.
illuminates further, Arlo, you notice that the bright silver horn that Arlo had, or that Blaylock had before, has now turned a strange dark metal, like a gunmetal gray, glints in the distance, and the rune that's been inscribed on it just faintly glows green.
Have you been experimenting in your lab again?
What
Is this a new construct?
Arlo? I cannot see my horn.
It's
Please tell me what it is you see.
it's not silver anymore. It's like a gray, and there's something glowing in it.
Glowing. You sure it's not a reflection? No. It would not
I'll move
be-
around to the side, put my hands around it. No,
Why would
no,
it be
it's
dull and
it's
shiny?
glowing.
Hmm.
What did you do?
Is there a mirror in the room?
Yeah, these are nicer rooms.
Okay. I'm going to go over to the mirror.
Okay.
And do I even have detect magic even like available? I'm going to cast detect magic.
Okay. If you're looking in the mirror, you see the horn kind of glow a dark grayish purple color.
Yep. But it's not. There's no blue outline. You can see the dark grayish. Because usually it's a blue outline.
All right, whatever the outline is. Yeah.
Oh no. Okay. No, I just want
I'm
to make
used
sure.
to Grayson's multicolored.
Okay. Got it.
It's glowing.
No, I don't think he sees that. This is not good. Not good at all. Arlo,
What do you want to do?
I want my head to stop hurting. That was more effort than I anticipated. It did
I can
not.
let me get my sword. I can cut it off.
I would advise against that. The magical rune here as is very clear that this was put here by magical means and not by the proprietress that placed the horn on my head. This is bad.
So
Arlo,
you're telling me somebody snuck into your room and done something to your horn? Why?
I'm telling you that I am going to find some very strong glue to glue your mouth together until you let me finish. Broman Karth came to me in my sleep.
Oh, that's not good.
No. And I called his bluff, and it was no bluff. He can reach out, even through sleep. This is not good.
Not good if he can get to us without even being here. Is there anything we can do to shield him?
Possibly. Possibly.
Things just aren't going very good here in the last few days.
What do these living quarters look like? Is it just a bed?
There's bed. There's tables.
Just a bed? Is there like a chair?
There's a chair. Yep. Over by
Yep.
a desk where you would know that from working on your staff.
Yep. I just want to make sure. Arlo, I need to think.
Well,
May I occupy one of those chairs?
I think you really need to lay down and get some rest.
I would prefer to be in the company of a friend.
Would you like for me to stay watch? I can. I've had a few hours of sleep. I can watch. I can
Just-
post guard.
I don't see a need for that since he clearly came to me in my sleep. But if you hear anything, please raise whatever alarm you can to rouse me from my sleep.
I most certainly will. Sure you don't want to lay down? I think you could use the bed more than I could. And I'll go close the door, relock
Okay.
it.
I'll occupy a chair. This will be fine. I am after that experience. I don't believe I will be getting any more rest, but I do need to think. That was an experience. I care only to regale the party in its entirety.
Very well. Get some rest. I'll be right here for you if you need anything.
Thank you. You are a good friend, Arlo.
I
I
try to be.
apologize for waking you.
Nope, that's what I'm here for. It's what we all are here for. So I'll go lay back down.
All right.
I'm gonna sit in the chair and I'm just gonna think back on that dream.
Okay. You sit and think, and the insides of you feels strange. You feel empty, but it's filled with dread. It's like someone has filled an empty container with a liquid, and that liquid is just dread. It's you haven't had something like this for a long time. And it takes you back to when this vision first occurred, when you were younger and your mother was taken away. But
What?
thinking back, you don't return to the tower.
What could it be? Oh dear. What could it be? I'll continue mumbling away.
Okay, for the rest of the evening?
Yes,
Are you going to sleep at all?
I'm going to try.
Okay. After an hour, maybe more, your mind just races. It's hard for you to focus on anything, but you eventually drift to sleep. Morning comes. Who wants to be the first one up?
I'll get up.
All right. You wake up. You see Blaylock passed out in the chair. You can get a better look at this horn now.
Yeah, I'll just go over and be quiet, and I'll just start looking at it since it's him sitting there is probably about my height now. I'll inspect it. Just kind of shake my head. He's only had what, a couple hours?
You see, like
Go ahead.
before you saw the horn, and it was more of a cap to what was already there. What you notice now that you didn't see last night is that the metal from the horn reaches in. You can't see any of the original horn, and you can see raised areas under the flesh that it looks like the metal has protruded underneath the flesh.
Wow. I am since it's daylight, I am going to try to sneak out of the room,
Without waking
leaving
him?
him to without waking him. Yes,
Okay.
because I figured he needs his rest. He's had a long night.
Fair enough. Going down to eat
Go
breakfast.
downstairs.
Zoramir joins you, and he's got some pie on his face from the night before. Galtier, what are you doing?
I'll be up making my way down.
All right. So
Making my way downstairs.
To get some bread.
You make your way and see Arlo down there and Zoramir and join them for breakfast. Grayson, what do you want to do?
Is she still in the room with you?
Yes.
Shall we gather the party?
I
Have
don't
ourselves a
want to
conversation?
get up.
Round 2.
Can't you let me sleep? She hits you in the arm.
Well, I didn't let you sleep much last night, so I guess I could go get us some breakfast.
I'm up. She crawls over and grabs her stuff and begins dressing, and you can see she's definitely got that morning I need my coffee kind of look.
Kind of just wave the flask.
She walks up and just quickly snatches it from you, takes a drink. I'm sure the boys will be up. And we begin our new day here in wonderful Verminia.
Yeah. We've got plenty of things to occupy us.
Yes, but we have to, do work as well.
True enough. And I start getting dressed.
So you get dressed, both of you exit the room, come downstairs. You see everyone but Blaylock there at the table. She says, well, it looks like my associates got to sleep in.
Grayson, Bit, we need to talk.
What now?
Who is this one?
This is Arlo.
I'll stand up and introduce myself. I am Arlo. How are you today?
met in Brecken's Fjord.
Well, Lucidia.
Well met.
And this one here is Galtier,
Yes.
another one that came to us through Brecken Fjord.
Seems you have no problem making friends.
And losing some. Namoria did not make it much past the forest.
Well, that would explain the Tausahin that returned.
So you have something to do with those beautiful Talsahins? Is that what you called them?
Why, of course. Only the
There'd
greatest
be a way-
warriors ride them?
Would there be a way for I and Galtier to be able to have one?
Sure. Easy enough. You
think
only
we
have
have
to
more
destroy a
pressing-
corrupted heart that has corrupted an entire forest and, I don't know, freed us from the bonds of a vampiric curse. Oh, and that person just happens to be my father, but if you can accomplish, I mean, sure.
Well, if I was around, I would have been more than happy to accommodate that.
I'm sure.
It's just kind of hard to try to follow them on a horse.
We've not
But
had
anyway.
problems.
Anyway, we do. So Blaylock got me up in the middle of the night. Something I don't think I've ever seen him this scared and troubled in many months. Broman Karth visited him in his sleep.
Okay, we probably shouldn't be talking out in the open like this.
Then we need to go somewhere else. He's sleeping right now. He has not slept but just a couple hours. He slept in my room while I slept in the bed just listening to help him out. We should get our breakfast and
Is
maybe
the-
go up.
Goblin or Tendra?
The
Oh.
goblin. He's already served breakfast to those that were already down there, but not long after you sat down with Lucidia, he drops off some breakfast and nods at you.
Is there a private room we could bother to use?
Yeah. What way? Follow me. And he takes you back, and there's one room. He opens the door. Help yourself.
I suggest someone go get Blaylock.
I'll go get him and bring him back.
I want to check out this room, make sure there's no prying ears.
It looks to be fine. As you scout it out, there's a table in the center with chairs around it, much like the room in the Wolf's Head Tavern. There's a few paintings of the city of Verminia on a hill, are very artistically done, in good taste. There's, on the far western side of the room, this fireplace lightly crackles, almost out from the night before. Arlo?
Go and get Blaylock. Blaylock.
Yes. Yes. I'm awake. Yes.
Sorry to disturb you, but everybody's waiting. Come.
How
I
does
know
my
you've not slept much.
how does my horn? How does it look?
Well, now that it's daylight, it's not good.
And I'll walk over to the mirror and look at the metal that's now gone in under the skin.
You can see the
Oh.
swollen skin.
Oh dear. That's not good. How do I feel? How does Blaylock feel?
Not terrible.
Still dread?
Oh yeah, you definitely have this, like you swallowed a rock, just a rock in your belly.
Oh. Right. Well, I'll shake my head. well, I believe I'm ready to get this day started, Arlo. Yes, we should go. Has Grayson returned?
We're all come follow me. We're all in a private room.
Even Grayson?
Yes. Come.
Good.
And I'll take him back to the room.
Arlo walks into the room. Behind him, you see Blaylock, and all of you notice that his horn is different.
It didn't look like that yesterday.
No. Much has transpired in the last few hours, and appears we have a familiar guest as well. It is good to see you again.
Ah, Blaylock. Yes, it is good to see you. Though I fear it's bad news first.
I suppose.
I mean, I
I-
have things to say, but it seems like what you have is quite a bit more pressing.
Now I'll grab an open seat and I'll sit down.
Walk in, close the door behind you, scoot the seat back, and kind of
Yep.
sit down. And you all see as Blaylock sits down, he sits down very heavy, just like just all of his weight slumping down.
I thought I was rid of this infestation into my mind. This is not the case. I was visited by Broman Karth last night while I slept. And he took me to the base of the Black Tower and was very inquisitive as to the location of my mother, whose name shall remain nameless for the time being, so as to not raise any further concern. I do hope you understand. Looking at what's her name again?
Lucinda?
Lucidia.
Lucidia.
Oh, my bad.
Lucidia.
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 And I thought I had bad company last night. And she gets up just a big grin on her face.
You weren't complaining during the time.
I'm not sure. Yes.
I see
Well-
your horn, and I cast detect magic on it.
And you see it glow with a blackish purple light.
Necromancy.
Is that what that was? Well,
Did it happen to do with anything about that rune you had etched on it?
I did have a rune etched on
You
it, didn't
did.
Yup.
Backstories, man.
Not even backstories.
It was-
Past
I?
sessions.
It was that. What the heck was I thinking? I put that doggone rune from the stupid cave on my.
I'm glad we're on the same
keyboard.
page now, because when you did it, I was thinking the same thing.
Not my most well thought out decision. It was a reminder of my mother when I spoke with her last. However, investigation into the means of this rune may have been in order. Well, so, that being said, Roman Karth is looking for Lanfear.
Well, at least that means that she's no longer his captive.
He thinks we know where she is at. And more than a couple times asked where we were hiding her or where she was. However, Grayson, I tried to get as much info as I could, knowing that this was not just a dream, but was the real thing, the real Roman Karth at the foot of his tower.
Man, Steamboat.
Did he happen to give any clues away? Did you see something?
I saw the tower. I inquired about your family, and he did state that I would be seeing them very soon. I cannot tell you what that is supposed to mean because I do not know. I am afraid I may have brought this on myself unintentionally.
Seems to me that coming here was seriously a bad idea. There's been one thing after another since we arrived.
Arlo,
I agree.
I owe you an apology. You've brought us thugs and assassins. I've brought a lich.
Well, you know, all in a couple days' work.
I'm glad you find it amusing.
This has me gravely concerned, more than I feel I've ever been. Well, that is the bad news. Now, let's have some good news.
Well,
Lucinda, how
Lucinda,
was your travels?
I
Lou?
tell you, you give someone a Tausahin, they ride all over Drakenwald, and they still can't
God
pronounce
damn, this is your fault.
Right. You know, people who can't pronounce names right, you know, there says something about them. It's a lack of respect for, you know, the parents, the family, everyone who puts... I tell you, Grayson. Anyways,
Poor
Lucidia...
Yes, Lucidia. I apologize. I may have been distracted. Got here.
I see. I see. Grayson, you had some questions last night. Well, not those questions, but I can't tell you where I learned that. But the other questions you have.
How goes the alliance?
Well, you definitely owe me one for working with the dwarves. It took much convincing and ale, but they did come together in the alliance again, though we did have to take them to Lenora's Fae to meet the new king. Evidently, no one believes anyone anymore. Something about
Yes.
a betrayer in their midst, dragons.
Yes, Bricken's Fjord was quite the scandal.
And it seems... Did you cross a lizard folk there while you were there? There was somebody that was quite irritated in general.
Hisk.
But after meeting the king and signing an alliance and getting them sufficiently drunk, they have agreed to work together and began outfitting their armies, and they refired the forges, making weapons and armor again for not just dwarves, but humans and elves and all the races on Drakenwald.
That is a great upturn to this dire situation. The Knolls.
Ah, yes, Portstown. Really, all of you are... It's a whirlwind, what you do. I'm not even sure another time. But Portstown, they are rebuilding from the last attack. It seems that they were able to use some of those machines to develop some technological advances that should help.
Oh, it is good. Good.
Yeah, we were just talking about that last night.
King,
There you
I
go,
think-
Playlock.
Planting seeds. That is good. Make some good use of those war machines.
We've gained another ally in the Black Wall. The god there are on our side.
well, you really get around.
Were you able to contact the kobolds?
Kobolds, a little bit more difficult. There was a very wily creature. What was his name? What?
Short Claw.
That's what it is.
Short Claw. He's alive. Oh,
Oh,
that
he's
is
alive.
good news.
I've seen better attention spans from children.
That is our Short Claw.
We couldn't come to an agreement. There was this whole trusting issue and things with... They kept talking about trippies?
The Drippies. Yes. We may not see aid from them in the foreseeable future unless we make a special trip to visit them.
It seems you and Zoramir are the only... Scar.
Ah,
You are
yes.
all part of the party.
Scar does send his regards. He's working with King to help train the people of Portstown to fight.
Good.
He also sent a message and said, "Is Zoramir dead yet?"
He was working on it for a long time. I just look over at Zoramir.
He looks up. "Hey, What? Scar's my friend.
Doesn't sound like it.
He was probably just joking.
Maybe one time I could see that, but maybe not any longer.
I then traveled over to Cider Point. I like that place. That's my favorite, Zormir says from the corner. Yes, you probably would.
Yeah.
It may be the most annoying place I've ever visited in all of my existence.
I would agree with that.
The people there seem completely devoid of any knowledge, information, or general concern about themselves or anyone around them.
They're just happy people.
Ignorance is bliss.
They're
it seems.
naive.
They didn't care to assist or mention that they would come to the aid if called, but that they were safe there and not concerned with the fate of the island. Honestly, if they were wiped out, I'm sure no one would blink an eye. I would! Zormir says, I'm going to retire there one day. They have good pies.
That
Arlo, you remember the pies?
Very good pies. I have to admit, they were pretty good.
But
Threat to the northeast.
we never went up that way. We got hung up in a little bit of trouble in the Eglair Woods.
very dangerous place.
Well, we saw smoke, and assuming trouble, I took my garrison in. The spiders there have grown to an unnatural size, and it seems that a couple weeks ago, there's a castle there. I don't know if any of you knew that.
There was not a castle
Unaware.
when we
Eglair
left.
Woods?
Well, we went looking for one either.
What happened to the castle?
It was sacked. There was some kind of monstrous creatures. I lost a lot of my men.
Hmm.
But we went through the ruins and found evidence of dark magic. Blood magic. We haven't seen blood magic in these lands in a long time.
Blood magic. Is that like lycanthropy?
No, it's darker. The blood hunters, I believe, is what they call them. They draw power from within by cutting themselves and taking energy from the blades.
Interesting.
It's very interesting.
But
So this castle is now gone?
there's not much left. It's been turned to ruin. The blood hunters we found there were all gone. A lost order, probably the last of their kind. It's just not something we see. Whatever.
What do you think attacked it?
I don't know. Whatever was there turned up the ground and everything. Stones. Laid it to waste. It looked like just rubble. Like an explosion. I fear the forest there may suffer the same fate as the Feynamar. We've sent druids. All the druids we could spare. To try to reverse the effect, but you can see the evil corrupting the forest. It could have been these blood hunters, though. They're not a trustworthy folk.
We saw something similar in Cape's Vessel.
I heard from the people it's gone now. Is that true?
It is gone.
Yes.
I wonder if it is one of those machines that. Why I can never remember his name.
Pargina.
Karangine.
Or Kraft.
Karangine.
Name's Kraft.
Kraft.
I know it's Kraft, but
I didn't see any signs of machines. We're monsters. Not spiders. Monsters.
Hmm.
Grotesque flesh. Massive jagged teeth. Pick my men up with one hand and swallow them without even touching the teeth.
do I recognize what she's describing at all?
Hello.
No.
You've been drinking so much pop.
No, you don't recognize the description.
Are you addicted?
Okay.
Well, we did happen to stop a gateway to the Nine Hells.
Oh, just a gateway to the
Maybe.
Nine Hells.
Maybe there was more than one location. Presidia, we have been very busy.
We have been to one of the 9 hells, if I remember correctly.
Only 8 more to go.
Other than that, legends of a water deity some of the people spoke of. They still have a problem with these strange fish. But I'm sure that you all have nothing to do with that.
I'm just gonna look at Blaylock and mention the water deity.
Well, the water deity may have some ties back to us, maybe. There are many water deities, if I do recall from my studies. So this could be any number of them.
Only one that's been giving this island any problems.
True. Be wary of any one wearing purple pants. There's a
wrong
cult.
with purple pants.
It's
a cult.
One of my men
Ishtab
wears
was
purple
released.
pants.
Ishtab was released from his underwater temple prison.
Ishtab? Who's Ishtab?
Blaylock tried to make friends with him. The wrong way.
Mhm.
He's only tried to kill us a couple times. Only a couple.
Just 2. Well, it is good to know that we are rallying forces.
It seems
Very
that
good.
in the case that something bad happens, we have the support from most of the island.
Except for the cyst where we now reside.
Yes, this place is awful. Not a place I would like to visit again.
You
Maybe
and me
under-
both.
New leadership.
Yes. Tell me, Grayson, how goes your other objective?
It is the reason I called you here.
Oh, I thought it was you missed me.
I always miss you. But this was the neutral meeting point.
Unfortunately.
Pull out the second bag of holding.
Okay.
Not only have we gathered 6 of the 7 pieces, we also encountered the descendant who held the magical mace or forge hammer, and we are now in possession of that as well.
Well, you have been busy.
Well, my thoughts were we would give you these pieces. We've come close to having them taken a couple of times now. Fortunately, they did not know what they had on them at the time. But I figure if you could take it somewhere safe, like the Hidden City, and maybe have what's his name?
Yolnish.
So many notes. Yeah.
Yolnish Evercatch.
Yolnich. Begin preparations on reforging.
I can try.
That would be one less thing off of our plate. If something happens to us, everything is for naught. At
Didn't-
least with his eyes on us. Obviously.
I will do what I can. You know, this blade was forged a long time ago.
Didn't
I do.
Yolnus say that he would be ready to forge it new?
I do not know.
I'm looking at Grayson.
I believe that was the case.
Hmm.
And
He may even be heading towards the heart tree again with a smile on his face, knowing that his homeland has been restored.
That he might. But you're still missing one piece.
yes, the king here supposedly has it.
Well, easy enough. Just go in and ask.
It's not so simple. He has tightened security around here. The only way to him is through his advisors.
Well, I'm sure the rest of you will find a way. It seems to be your thing.
Well, we're working on it. I completed our task last night before I came to see you.
I don't know what that has to do with anything about getting a sword piece.
It's best that you don't know everything. But I would suggest taking this bag and its contents somewhere safe and secure.
I will.
Big dog.
I can take it back to the tree. I'll keep it safe. No safer place on the island now.
Well, Roman has his ways, as you can see, and I point over to Blaylock's horn.
That he does. And I would say you all now are in danger.
Oh, we've been in danger since Portstown. He made his personal appearance there.
From talking to people, he seems to be making personal appearances more often. Rumors
Where
of
else
a
have you guys?
cloaked figure. Dark, brooding, floating.
Hopefully we will be able to get this last piece and we will meet you back at the Hawk Tree.
Don't take too long.
I don't plan on it.
We don't have very long. His eyes are upon us.
And hopefully not his ears. Looking at the horn again.
True.
For that, I agree with you. It's not every day someone picks a fight with a lich.
And lives to tell about it.
That is yet to be determined.
What do you suppose was meant by you will meet them before long? Grayson?
Well, obviously he was powerful enough to take 3 of my relatives. According to what we've learned in history books of this island, he is powerful enough to control your mother, at least until recently.
Yes. That is curious.
We have been
a little
taking pieces
hopeful.
off the board, though. It still pains me that we left Kraft standing. But at least we took care of Quelladon. And that white dragon hopefully feels somewhat betrayed.
Just to the north.
Just to the north. Slightly to the northeast.
She's moving a little bit.
Hopefully her revenge for the death of her children does not come and bite us in the ass.
Well, where to from here?
We have some planning. We are not quite finished here.
Would you like me to stay a few more days?
I would love that, but I think getting these pieces safe is a bigger priority than my needs.
You know, when this is all over with, you're gonna owe me for the rest of your life.
Well, we'll have to see what comes.
Yep. And she stands up at the table. I'll gather my men if you want me to hit the road now. Sounds like things will be bad enough for you.
We are going to have our hands full here for the next couple of days, weeks.
Seems that way. She takes a hold of the pouch, fixes it to her belt. You see her pull up the hood over her head. Guess I'll be going.
It was nice to meet you.
Stay safe.
Safe travels.
You as well.
She leans down,
But-
kisses you on the cheek.
Alert me if anything goes wary.
Don't you go dying on me.
That's not the plan.
She walks by and sets a hand on Arlo's shoulder. Don't let him do anything stupid.
Well, yeah, that's the understatement. He is pretty hard-headed.
She gives you a light squeeze on the shoulder, opens the door, and steps out of the room. And you hear, as the door is closing, "Are you fat asses eating again? We need to go."
Mm.
The door closes behind her. Zormir leans up. "Well, now what? Does anybody need to pick anything up at the shop?"
Well, I need to go check on my armor. Blaylock, would you be able to go back to where you got your horn done and have her modify that rune so it wouldn't be able to be used from him anymore? I don't know if that's a possibility.
I believe this goes beyond what she is capable of.
She's a simple jeweler.
This will need to be escalated into more magical means.
Yeah, but just her adding on extra lines to the rune wouldn't change how it operates. Kind of like how we scrubbed the floors back in that dungeon we destroyed in order for spells to not be able to be cast for a while.
Well, let me
demonic ruins.
show you. Now, I'll look in my bag and I'll find a chisel.
Okay.
Gautier, I would like you to make said dashes and marks on the rune, and I'll put my head down at the horn, like my head on the table, so that the horn is like on the table.
Okay.
Just be careful of the table. It is not ours.
I think if you're going to have someone try to modify it, it should be the person who made it, not me.
I think it's beyond altered.
He hands you the chisel and lays his head down.
I'll be very careful to try to just add like a line on the side of the rune.
Take my mallet.
Oh, for Christ's sake. Push Galtier out of the way. I wrap my whip around it and start
Ow! Ow!
sawing at it.
Okay. So you're just ripping the whip around the rune?
Like
He's
I
wrapping it around it.
two ends
That's
and
right.
just start.
Yeah.
Like
a
sawing
saw.
back and forth?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So you wrap it up and you begin sawing back and forth, and all of a sudden there's a blackened explosion. Grayson, you take 28 points of necrotic damage.
Ah!
Any more stupid ideas?
And for a minute or so, just your mind is really cloudy. It's hard for you to focus on anything. And your head hurts, your ears ring.
Well, is there a way to go into a zone where magic doesn't work?
One moment. Grayson, are you okay? I'll cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay. So you reach over.
It wasn't pleasant.
You feel your psyche kind of patch itself.
Good thing that boy thing didn't do that to me last night. He had me holding on and pulling on it, about trying to rip it out of his head.
Heal for 23, Grayson. This is a problem. Is it an immediate problem? Maybe.
So
I
we can see if the temple can look into it. Maybe it's a curse. Who knows? I can't show my face there, especially after last night.
I can certainly show my face there.
So how did it go last night?
As planned.
Ah,
You let
excellent.
me in. I started looking around. You drink.
Well, that's good to
Fell
hear.
asleep. The book has been given to Gully or Gilly. I now have access to the hideout.
Oh, she was sitting right there. No, Jazz.
The
Well, that's-
hideout.
One more step.
Yes, for us to get closer to the advisor, we had to do a job before we could go and see, as you call it, their cult. We had to be given entry to the sun and moons. The whole reason we had the job.
I imagine we have to go there for the next job.
Well, we
doubt
have to
there's-
go there to at least continue with this direction.
Is this someplace we want to visit during the day, or want to get closer to nighttime?
I can go whenever.
Why don't we
Problem
go?
is, now we have two other problems. Technically three. Has Melu shown back up?
Let's say 3 if you count Melu. I did not see her last night. She didn't check in when I got in.
I fear if we stay in here any longer, we will have too many problems. Actually, that is too late. We will have more problems than we ever hope to deal with.
Zormir looks up. Why don't we just all go to Cider Point and just have a good time? You heard
Should
Lucia?
we just
They don't have
dying.
a care in the world.
By all means, Zormir, if you wish to go, then go. Some of us
I-
have an island and a world to save.
I would like to meet with my mother again. And there is the small situation of the island falling under a madman's control.
Well, I guess. You're my family now. You're all I have.
So what is our next step then for the hideout and whatever? Do we need to set a time? Do another job?
We just need to go.
Then let's do it. No time to waste here.
I'm gonna go see if my armor's done. I'm gonna get up and walk from the table.
Galtier stands up. Do you tell them, or are you just
Yeah.
going?
No, I said that, and I'm gonna
Okay.
get up and walk out.
Does anyone need to go with him?
I'll go with him. I need to step out of this room.
Okay. I'll stay with Arlo. Blaylock, are you going with them or?
I am debating whether to go visit the temple or not.
You go to the temple, you should have somebody with you. We should not be roaming around by ourselves.
I would like company. Arlo, would you care to join me?
Most certainly. Let's do it.
Thank you. Even with this melancholy feeling that seems to continue to swell within me, it is comforting knowing that you will join me. Thank you.
Anything for you, friend. Whoa.
All right.
We'll get up and leave.
So, Galtier and Grayson, you go. Don't do that. Going up to the shop district. You retrieve your armor. And the rest of you going to the temple.
Yes.
All right. You walk through the streets, which have become filled with people as they go about their day-to-day lives, not a care in the world. And Arlo, as you're walking, someone kind of hits you in the shoulder as they're walking by.
Use you.
Going to kill me as if you saw me out in public, eh?
Well, there's a lot of people here, and I'm not drawing the sword on you.
Here I am. And you turn and see, just looks like a commoner, an unrecognizable face.
Arlo, who was that?
Well, come on, promises.
Who are you?
Oh, me
These
and
are-
Arlo are old friends.
This is Miyaga's brothers and sisters.
Ah,
Do I see the circlet on the one head?
You don't see anything. You're just commoner, just one person.
you are the one threatening our life.
Threatening? I wouldn't dare threaten anyone. I'm just
So
a
now-
simple commoner.
Arlo is a liar.
That's what I would suppose.
So you just gonna follow us? Continue to follow us? Is that what you're planning on doing?
I don't know what you're accusing me of so much. I was just passing through. I'm just... You made quite an oath last time we talked, and I was just wondering if... Are you following through with that oath?
No. Come, Blaylock, let's go.
I press turn it on again.
He turns, and you see him just hold up 3 fingers as he slowly walks away and pulls the fingers down.
Arlo, weren't you supposed to reach out to the constabulary and inform them of this threat?
Yeah, I probably should, but kind of got busy, but probably should do that today. We need to get ahead of this if we can.
True. It may be the easiest solution, rather than trying to deal with all of this at once from every angle imaginable.
Yeah. So it seems to me that they know how to use that circlet.
We can assume that they have some means of disguising themselves.
Well, I'm more worried about you right now. I think we need to get you taken care of. Yours is a little higher priority than those thugs.
True. Is it a DM from that sheet? Is it illegal to cast magic in public?
I think it was.
Like,
It-
I can't just.
On someone? Yes.
What about on myself?
No.
Okay. Well, before I go in here and draw this out, I want to cast Dispel Magic on my horn.
Okay.
Fourth level. So yeah, fourth level.
Okay. So you grab a hold of it and cast Dispel Magic.
Yep. I'm gonna grab onto the horn, step over to the side. I know it's a very busy street, and I'm just gonna and I'm gonna try and remove whatever incantation has embedded itself in that horn.
Okay. Grabbing hold of the horn and casting the spell, you feel it pulse and warm to your touch before your mind clouds and shudders, and you take 29 points of
Oh my God.
necrotic damage as it resists you. Arlo and Zormir, you just see, like, as Blaylock reaches up to touch it, just this burst of darkness, and Blaylock, your mind is just muddled and unclear.
And I need a moment before we step in there, gentlemen.
Why are you trying to rip it off again?
I'm trying to remove it by whatever means I have at my disposal before seeking the aid of a cult.
Well, I don't think it worked.
No, it clearly did not. Now, I'm gonna stare at my hooves and focus intently, trying to regain any my senses.
And after a few moments, the cloudiness fades from your mind. Your head hurts.
Come, friend. Let's get you some help.
Yes, I believe I'm okay. Let me to walk again. Let's continue.
You arrive at the temple. There's people walking in and out. What do you want to do?
I'd like to find one of the local priests.
Okay. All right. You step inside and you all three look kind of lost. And before long, a younger tiefling man walks up to you with kind of a blue skin, almost purple hue, ornately carved horns on his head, and dressed in long temple robes. Well, you seem lost.
I believe I have found my destination. I am looking for the aid of someone with the means to remove a certain malady that has afflicted me.
A malady? Are you feeling ill?
You could say so. I believe I have been marked by some manner of dark magic.
I see. Well, I am sure that you're ready to make a considerable donation to the temple for such services.
Of course. I would certainly be capable of doing so.
So, what have you... Where is this cursed item?
I'm going to get on my knees and get so that he can easily see it. Be very careful. The attempts made to try and remove this have caused the person quite a deal of harm, myself included. And then I'll point to the horn and the rune.
He takes a look at the horn and begins looking at the rune with, that's curious. One moment, and he steps over to the side and grabs a book and begins thumbing through the book. And he's looking through. How good is your faith with Tyr?
How does one gauge their faith?
Well, how long have you been following Tyr?
Since I walked into the door.
I see. This rune, how did it get here?
It was by a wizard of sorts who means ill will towards me and my family.
But how did it get on the horn? Did the wizard put it on the horn?
This was an artifact place that I had inscribed from a rune I had seen in the past. And apparently, I did not do my due diligence to researching the rune, and it appears to have some kind of connection.
Well, I would imagine it would. This is a necromantic rune. Are you in the habit of placing necromantic runes on your body?
I am in the habit of not thinking all the way through any action that I take at times.
Sounds like he duped you.
We can't remove this. This would take a high priestess. We don't have one here.
What do you recommend?
Has it caused you any issues?
Other than the continual sense of melancholy that permeates my very soul. Other than that, I am fine.
Well, that's not uncommon for your kind, right?
I am usually quite jovial.
And he looks over to Arlo and Zoramir for reassurance.
This is pretty sad and depressing right now for him. This is unusual.
Well, we can send a letter to the High Association and request a High Priestess come down. Even then, it might be a bit rough. This is, according to our book here, this rune hasn't been seen in many years. It was used, it looks like last time it was found was 1,000 years ago, during the Carthian Wars.
Oh dear.
And what
Oh
does it
dear.
do?
What does it mean?
Rumor here is it's a Broman Carth used this to communicate with his most loyal lieutenants, and he was able to give them powers and instruct them for his will.
Well, this Broman Karth. That is a name of legend. Very curious why it would be marked in such a way.
That is curious how you would come upon that. I would be careful. These are, though Broman Karth is long dead, it's not a magic I would be familiar with.
It appears that my foolishness is going to cost me quite a great deal monetarily. Thank you.
Would you like us to send
Where-
that letter? A high priestess, a removal of a rune of this kind? You're probably looking at
Where-
2,000 gold pieces.
How
How
long before
long?
they get here?
A month at least.
We don't have a month.
We don't have 2,000 gold pieces at our disposal right now. Okay.
I'm sorry. At least it only causes melancholy.
Possibly.
You are free to stay and worship.
Only if that meant the removal of the rune. But
You never know what prayers can do.
action. I will stick to action. And if your god deigns me worthy enough to remove the rune, then let it be so through my action.
Well, peace be unto you. Goodwill
And
of your
you.
journeys.
Gentlemen, my business here is done. I thank you for accompanying me.
And
Let's go, friends.
where would you like to go?
Insane. Well, we don't know where Grayson went to, right? Because there was at this super secret hideout.
No, he was not going there. He was going with Galtier to get his armor. So you
Oh.
would assume he's there.
Yes, we will. Let's
There.
head over to the armor and see if we can catch up with the rest of our party.
So you walk down the street and back into the busy thoroughfare of the main corridor of the city. Before Blaylock, you feel a heavy hand on your shoulder that kind of grips you slightly and stops you in your tracks.
Again? No. Turn around.
You turn around and see a female minotaur with a green cloak over her head, her horns protruding from outside of the cowl. And she looks up at you and says, "My son?" And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Oh, I knew that was coming. Wow.
So, yeah.
And you're going to make all of us wait 2
2
weeks.
Yep.
2 weeks.
Yep. 2 weeks. We won't be there next Monday. We'll be out because me and Mike will be exhausted at that point. thank you all for coming by tonight. Episode 100. 100.
You know, I'll have everybody know that he was like, I wonder where we're gonna stop tonight.
Worked
I
out
wonder.
just perfect.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, just fell right in line. It's
Fell
just
right in
really,
line. You would think that
yeah.
like we're scripting this stuff out, but it's definitely not scripted.
no.
These guys give me an
definitely not.
earful after every session for sure.
Oh, you're going to get one. You're going to get an earful.
Or that was your own choice.
I
yeah,
love it.
your bad decision.
Well,
We'll talk about that in the post.
That was an oh crap! What did I do moment.
For the rest
Well,
of you, I'm so excited to see some of you I've never met in person. I'm excited to see you at Midland Mall Comic Con. Let me put this promo up one more time. It's this weekend, March 5th and 6th. We will see you up there. We're going to have a sign-up sheet. You can sign up for Mike or my mini one-shot, and we'll have a good time with that. Hopefully, we can get through what we've put together in an hour. There's a Comic-Con. There's going to be vendors. There's going to be a ladies section with stuff. So there's going to be stuff for everybody. Bring your kids if you got them. They're welcome to play too if they're old enough to understand what's going on. So we got that going on. But until next time, we'll see you in the dungeon.
bye, guys.
Let's get something fun from that crazy stuff going out. Let's see. Let's see here. There we go.